Всем привет, это Свинтовит, и мы продолжаем проходить Dragon Age Inquisition. И сейчас я займусь тем, что буду шляться по всему местности в поисках моих коллег и сотрудников. И буду активно с ними общаться. Так. Так. Правда, их придется искать по всему замку, но что поделать?
Your worship.
Не,
We'll talk later.
ничего нового не появилось в разговорах.
How's it going?
Ясно.
See you later, Bo. Nice talking with you, boss.
Блин, с ним ни о чем не поговоришь. Так, можно с бароном потрепаться. С трактирщиком. Но через стол почему-то не получается его закликать. Давайте так.
Inquisitor. What's the word out there?
I hear the Arishak was replaced by the Arishak, but he'd better watch out. In the shadows, the Arishak.
Хо-хо-хо, очень смешно.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Так, за быком интересно поболтать не получилось. Ладно. Где-то, ну, кто у нас тут еще ошивается? Инквизитор, конечно. Кто ж еще? И еще попробуйте, блин, найди этих личностей. Куда именно они забурились.
Thank you for Haven. Less so for Redcliffe, but I am committed to serve your worship.
Окей. Здесь мы кого-то рискуем встретить? Из наших. По идее. Здесь должен тусячить Блэк. Наш серый страж. Ну и вот он нету.
Finally, a place for the horses. I forgot about the Ferelden horses.
Какой странный тип тут сидит. Вот газ. Так, кто это? Ну вот, по идее, здесь должен быть Бэкл. О, сэра где-то не заметил. И Кассандра тут должна была быть. А вот тут я должен найти где-то был Блэкла. Ну и где этот серый страж? Черти его задери. Карта показывает, что он где-то здесь должен быть. Но тем не менее его здесь нет. Как это прикажете понимать? Здесь есть другой серый страж, но мне нужен Бэкл. А Блэкла здесь нет.
You get a title,
I get the boot. I see how it is. I mean, thanks for my life. Pleased to serve.
Окей. Это, конечно, все замечательно. Я тут собирался прийти в свой замок, пообщаться с друзьями, поболтать о том о сём. А они ныкаются от меня по щелям, как тараканы. Ну что за подлость? Ну, Кассандра, ну ты хоть в эти игры не играть не будешь. По идее, она здесь. Отмечено, что она должна здесь находиться, но ее здесь нет. Тут только какая-то гномиха вместо нее тут сидит. Какого... А вот тут еще где-то должна быть Сэра. Тусячить. Теории. Да-да-да, я вот про нее говорю. Где-то. О, она... Предположим, что она забралась на этаж выше.
We don't need those chargers. We've soldiers enough without some.
Ага.
Hey you, I have an inquisitor favor to ask. Just a little thing really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
Why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her away. A rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your
I
fate.
won't agree to anything without details.
Smart of you. I wouldn't dream of wasting your super important time. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Vachel. Land swap. They're getting little people beat up. So I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through.
Just walk through. Easy, right?
She would always like to say, why change
Was
the
this a
past
tip
when you
from one of your friends?
Not a Jenny, just normal angry people getting sick of being in the middle. I don't usually hear about things this far away, but having a friend like you is like getting really big ears. Bigger ears, I guess. Shut up.
Today she will fight to keep her away. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate.
Who's asking for this?
I'm asking because I heard people complaining. See, when nobles fight, it's not them, it's their little people stuck in the middle. It's like a polite war, so no one pays attention. But if you march through, the people up top feel threatened too. Stuff like this is always happening. Good sovereigns to be made if you're one of the few who notice.
Ладно.
All right, Sarah. I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
Хорошо. Ну и бардак.
She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to
У нее
keep
здесь.
her away. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt
Ну,
your
она,
fate.
сэру я отыскал, быка отыскал.
Like to say, why change the past when you
Вот
can
где
own
искать?
this day? Today she will fight to keep her away. A rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. Sarah was never quite the wealthiest girl. Some say she lives in a tavern, but she was so
Куда ты?
sharp and quick with a bow. Arrows strike like
Я
a
думал, что я его нашел. Угу.
Sarah
Он резко захотел смыться.
was sharp like a razor, but she knew the ways of common
Кол,
men, and she
не
knew
уходи.
just how to use them.
Я поболтать
Roderick
хочу.
was sorry before he died.
Why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight to keep her away. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt your fate. She would always like to say, why change the past when you can own this day? Today she will fight
I wasn't aware you and Roderick were acquainted.
He was hurt. Red inside from the Templar, but red outside from the Templar too. Needed help to walk. Limping, light, leaning on me young like old Pepe when the road was icy. He called me a fine young man. He said he was sorry for what he did to you.
I didn't come to talk about Roderick.
What did you come to talk about?
I've heard about some oddities here in the keep. Was that you?
Yes, maybe. What was it?
Can I assume you're responsible for the turnips that have shown up in the fireplace?
Ну, это Сэра,
They
скорее
don't
всего,
smell the
творит.
same raw.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
Before you, Reese was my friend. He showed me I was wrong to kill the mages. I thought I was helping them. Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant, and I went with them. I was worried Evangeline would hurt Reese. We found out dangerous things. It scared Seeker Lambert, and he scared the mages. It started the rebellion. Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Reese couldn't look at me. I ran until I found more Templars. That's all.
Ясно, печально у тебя все.
What can you tell me about Reese?
He was a mage. He saw me when most couldn't, and he remembered. He helped me, and I watched over him. I worried Evangeline would hurt him. She was a Templar, but she didn't like hurting people. When I left, she stayed. Now she watches over him. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe they ran away together instead. Neither of them like killing.
If you like, I could use the resources of the Inquisition to locate your friend.
No. If they are alive and safe, they should stay away. The last time he saw me, he didn't want to look at me. He saw a monster. Let him forget.
Ладненько.
You said Seeker Lambert told you what you were.
I'm hiding Reese from him, but he chants words and sees. I won't let you hurt Reese. My nose explodes, a shower of blood. Just another parasite that's wormed its way into our world, feeding off all the things you can't have. What we found at Adamant made him angry. We were the first rock rolling at the top of a mountain. He had to stop us. He killed so many. He didn't care. Cold, corrupt. So I came and killed him.
If you hated Seeker Lambert, why go to the Seeker Fortress?
Because he was right. I was a demon. I saw demons at Adamant. They put people in the dark, in the old hurts. I didn't want to be that. I heard the old songs of the Templars at Val Royeaux and followed them. If I forgot, fought, fell to felling, Templars would kill the demon. I wouldn't hurt anyone again.
What was the Spire like when the Mage Rebellion started?
Dead and dying, begging and bloody. Some wanted freedom, some peace, some war. Some wanted it all to stop. Evangeline was a Templar, but she helped Reese help the others. She set them free. Adrian was a mage, but she killed mages to force the fight. She wanted blood. Reese just wanted to help, to stop people hurting. Maybe that's why he saw me.
What can you tell me about Adamant Fortress?
It is old, full of sadness and pain. It should be torn down. The veil is thin. We found a demon there. It had touched a man and made him real again. It scared Reese and Evangeline. The man wasn't supposed to be real. Then the demon found us. It put me back in the cupboard on the bad day. Reese and Evangeline saved me.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Ну, он просил нас не искать, и я не буду. Так, можно спускаться. Тут вроде всех нашел. Ну, как всех. Стража я таки не нашел. Подругу тоже. Так, а что у нас тут внизу? Может, она где-то тут внизу? Кассандра. И, кстати, я тут, кажется, не был.
With allies come enemies. And now we have a place to hold them.
Your worship, the cells are ready for the enemies of the Inquisition. Good facilities in Skyhold. Whoever built this knew how to keep prisoners safe but secure.
Ясно. Ясно, тюрьма. Я думал, тут где-то тусячит Кассандра, но ошибся. Ну, зато тюрьму нашу увидел. Правда, там за дверью было стрёмненькое такое место. Ну, по крайней мере, для тех, кто будет сидеть у нас за решеткой. Немножко им будет стремновато там сидеть-то. Так. Ну, наконец-то она появилась на своем месте. Давай поговорим. Как? Понятно.
You knew where Hawk was all along.
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit.
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
I expected you to tell the truth. I told you what was at stake.
So I just hand him over on your say-so? It's okay, Hawk. This zealot isn't crazy. I promise. Look at her. She's finally lost it.
All right. You've both made your point.
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. Hawk was our only hope. He was the champion of Kirkwall. The mages respected him. And you kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Varric's not responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most,
Не права
Varric
ты,
kept
Кассандра.
him secret.
Не
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Attacking him now won't help us, Cassandra.
Ha! Exactly.
And you better not be keeping anything else from us.
I understand.
Ну, как-то так.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
You're too hard on yourself, Cassandra.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
Вот и поговорили. Так, есть еще поговорить с ней? Интересно, ты сидишь.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Leliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Do you have any advice for me?
Treat Dorian with caution. It's possible he could be what he seems, a Tevinter mage wishing to do better than his countrymen. What if he is not? At best, his presence makes the Inquisition appear to have questionable allies.
That's enough for now.
As you wish.
Хорошо. Так, теперь точно повидал всех. Так, включим карту. Ну, кроме Блэкова. Так, это самый низ. Так, Вивьен, Варик, Сос, Дориан, Лян, Кол, Калин. Так. Что это у нас тут?
Ah, Inquisitor, you have finally come into your own. The Maker has put you on a difficult path. I pray you walk it safely.
I remember our talk out there, before we found Skyhold. It wasn't just the Maker who put me on this path, was it?
The Inquisitor could never have been Cassandra, or Leliana, or me for that matter. We are too political, too tied to the Chantry and all its failings. But I did not make you stand against Corypheus. I did not make you risk death to save the people of Haven. Only you could be the Inquisitor. I only pray the power of the Inquisition is enough.
I'll do my best to earn this.
You earned this in Haven. The Maker has chosen you to deliver us from Corypheus. You have the faith and support of everyone here. Never forget that. Now, was there anything else?
Да нет.
Farewell, revered mother.
Maker go with you.
Окейушки.
Inquisitor, Elan Vimar. Honored to represent the College of Herbalists and offer my services as apothecary. I intend to carry on the work of my esteemed colleague, Adan. He thought highly of you. You will be missed.
I look forward to working with you.
And are you? I wasn't sure what to think of you people, but recent events have put those doubts to bed. All the mundane needs of Skyhold will be well tended. If you note anything special, let me know. I'm here to serve the cause we must.
Окей. Кто это у нас тут? Я вроде бы с ней разговаривал. Так. Хорошо. Тут кто у нас?
Another completed work of
Так, Варик.
whatever.
That got a little heated. You all right?
Well, that depends. How angry is Cassandra? I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I know, Varric. You never would have kept quiet otherwise.
I keep hoping none of this is real. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the Fade and it'll just disappear. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry.
Так, что-нибудь еще расскажешь, Варик? Или это все? Тема для разговоров исчерпана.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a Darkspawn or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
Ясно.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carter clan. Made them drink Darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carter to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carter to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
Так, с Вариком поговорил. Так. Что чек не понравился?
Something wrong with your tea?
It is tea. I detest this stuff. But this morning, I need to shake the dreams from my mind. I may also need a favor.
You just have to ask.
One of my oldest friends has been captured by mages, forced into slavery. I heard the cry for help as I slept.
I'd be happy to help. What did these mages use to capture your friend? Blood magic?
A summoning circle, I would imagine.
I'm sorry.
My friend is a spirit of wisdom. Unlike the spirits clamoring to enter our world through the rifts, it was dwelling quite happily in the Fade. It was summoned against its will, and wants my help to gain its freedom and return to the Fade.
Давайте разузнаем.
I thought spirits wanted to find their way into this world.
Some do, certainly. Just as many Orlesian peasants wish they could journey to exotic Rivain. But not everyone wants to go to Rivain. My friend is an explorer, seeking lost wisdom and reflecting it. It would happily discuss philosophy with you, but it had no wish to come here physically.
Do you have any idea what the mages want with your friend?
No. It knows a great deal of lore and history, but a mage could learn that simply by speaking to it in the Fade. It is possible that they seek information it does not wish to give, and intend to torture it.
All right. Let's go get your friend.
Thank you. I got a sense of my friend's location before I awoke. I'll mark it on our map.
Хорошо. Так. Куда это ведет? Так. Понятно. Давайте поднимемся выше. Дориан.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius' son. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead, dead. The Blight caught up with him.
It's barely been any time at all. Was he so ill?
Honestly, he should have died a long time ago. Alexius was using magic to keep him alive. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
You make it sound like he was a better person than you.
What a mad thing to say. Few people are better than I. Very well, a better person, clearly, not nearly as handsome. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
О чем-то еще можно с тобой поговорить?
They tell me you sent Alexius back into the prisons. Seems a waste to rot away in a cell like that. He was a good man once. Maybe it will give him time to think. But with Felix gone, I doubt it.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Так, ясно, с ним больше ни о чем таком интересном не поболтать. С тобой.
I heard of your verdict on Alexius, Inquisitor. After what he did, I would have seen the man hanged. Rotting in a dungeon will have to do.
I trust everything is well with the mages.
We're mostly relieved. An alliance with the Inquisition offers security, although who knows for how long.
I'll leave you to it.
Ну, особо хорошо поболтать не получилось. Так. Так. Что у нас здесь? Ага. Вивьен.
Yes?
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restoring the Circle?
After the circles fell, their libraries were plundered by scavengers. 1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. It makes me sick to think of it. I've received news that some tomes have been located, if you are interested in righting this wrong.
I'll look into it for you.
If you can take care of this matter, the circle would be in your debt.
Хорошо, еще что-нибудь?
Yes?
По-моему, это я у нее не спрашивал.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
I'm curious how a Circle mage winds up a court here.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
Ясно. Так. Это вот как раз те части фрески, что мы находили. Так. Ага, это быстрый проход. Так, ну почти со всеми поговорили, почти. Так, Лилиана. Так. Так, что это у нас тут? Не в курсе. Лилиана. Так. Калин. Хорошо. План ясен. Давайте поговорим с ней.
Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
You're not planning assassinations, are you?
I was planning to unleash Josephine on them. She kills with kindness. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
Anything I should know?
It seems that the Orlesian army is awaiting our next move. Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause, others are still suspicious. Our actions are under a great deal of scrutiny.
Yes.
The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh, you are referring to my outburst in Haven. I am much better now. Justinia was such a dear friend, and there were so many things going wrong.
Sometimes it's best to talk these things out.
I was with a hero, Ferelden, when he defeated the Archdemon. The Maker brought us together. And then I watched him die. In that instant, I felt the Maker's presence grow cold. One moment a cherished child, the next abandoned. And then, when Justinia was killed, I was angry. I felt betrayed. But I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You were grieving and upset. I understand.
Thank you. Now enough of this. Let us think more pleasant thoughts.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
I'll leave you to your work.
Похоже, это все, о чем можно с ней поговорить. А жаль. Читаем на паузе. Так. Эта тропа приведет нас к тому месту, куда я хотел бы, чтобы нас привела. Не приведет. Блин, пока их всех выловишь. Разбрелись тут по всей этой башне. Точнее, по всей этой местности. По всему этому замку. Теперь их попробуй всех собери. И отыщи. Так. Нет. Не сюда. С тобой уже говорил. Так. Но по сути остался Бэкл. Ну, было бы неплохо Холка еще встретить. А вот теперь точно только Блэкова останется. И Холк. Но Хокая на карте нигде не видел.
Gloat all you like. I have this one.
Are you sassing me, Commander? I didn't know you had it in you.
Why do I even... Inquisitor.
Leaving, are you? Does this mean I win?
Please don't stop on my account.
All right. Your move.
You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory. You'll feel much better.
Да-да-да.
Really? Because I just won. And I feel fine.
Don't get smug. There will be no living with you.
I should return to my duties as well. Unless you would care for a game.
Ну, давайте попробуем.
They're the board, Commander.
As a child, I played this with my sister. She would get this stuck-up grin whenever she won, which was all the time. My brother and I practiced together for weeks. Oh, the look on her face the day I finally won. Between serving the Templars and the Inquisition, I haven't seen them in years. I wonder if she still plays.
You should keep in practice for when you see your sister again.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition, or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
We've been through enough to drop the formalities and simply talk.
I suppose we have. And this one's mine.
It seems luck favored you today.
Так, может еще какая-то тема для разговора есть?
At your service.
Так, нет. Так.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
What would you like to know?
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates, or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
You've made it clear that you consider mages a threat.
Any mage can be. I won't pretend otherwise. I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Ну да, как у всех мальчишек.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages, that sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's harrowing, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Хорошо. Сестра написала. Так. Ну, вроде как. Мне нужно встретиться только с одним из моих подчиненных. Это Блэк. Надеюсь, он у себя там уже появился. Неохота его вылавливать.
Inquisitor.
There's a rumor that Corypheus is in league with Elven forces.
А вот Блэка по-прежнему нет. Так. Ну, на этом животном вряд ли буду ездить. Ладно.
Inquisition?
Вот такая лошадь. Симпатичная. А Блэка до сих пор здесь нет. Где же он тыняется? Ладно, мне надоело его вылавливать. Поговорим с ним как-нибудь в следующий раз. А сейчас давайте уже поболтаем с Джозефиной. Джозефиной. Вот так вот. И созовем совет. А потом вернемся на ту землю, поделаем там все в следующей серии, конечно. И будем отправляться под всяким заданием друзей.
Another time.
best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Так.
What's the chant say about this? I never paid attention.
Так. Судить некого. Джозефина. А, Жозефина все-таки. Так.
Inquisitor, I must speak with you.
Да-да.
What is it?
I must explain something first about the Montiliers' fortunes. My family made their fortune as traders in Antiva until a scandal exiled us from Orlais some ages ago. It devastated our finances. The Montiliers have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
I had no idea your family's situation was so precarious.
Hardly anyone outside the family does. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It's just... it is infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost solved our problems. For a while. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montiliers as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux... I've just learned my carriers were murdered. And the documents restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Do you have any idea who murdered them?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Boisvert, a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims to know who killed my messengers. He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
What will being seen with me gain the Comte?
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
If that's what it takes to get to the bottom of this, I'll meet this Comte with you.
Thank you, Inquisitor. It means... you are too kind. I must know who killed my couriers, just to harm my family.
Угу. Поможем, поможем. Так, хорошо. А теперь на совещание. Серия так превратилась, наверное, уже в двухчасовую. Пока я тут носился по этому огроменному замку в поисках моих подопечных. Итак, что мы можем тут? Это что у нас? А это? Тоже неплохо. Это было бы интересно. Что тут? Так, со связи. Инквизиция. Так, ну тут ничего. Так, пожалуй, тут. И вот это вот. Так. Соберем рапорты. Итак, влияние. Так. Так, что у нас тут? Влияние. Хорошо. Так, что это у нас? Что в Орлее? Так. Да, вот с водой надо решить. Трудитесь. Так. Так, что у нас тут? Ну, тайными лабораториями занимается Лиана. Так, что это? Так. Ну, здесь и так до свидания. Давайте вернемся в Фероден. Тут у нас... Тут тоже все нелегко. Так. Давайте отправим ее. Думаю, она достойно справится. Итак, со всеми поговорили, со всеми потусячили. Так что давайте возвращаться в западный предел. И доделать там наши дела. А после пойти по квестам наших соратников. Так. Ну, давайте ради эксперимента. Так, облако повышения. Так, повышение. Так, что ж ему? Так, тут точно ничего. Тут... Да нет. А вот тут можно. Что это у нас? Хорошо. У кого нет повышения? Так. Хорошо. А теперь инвентарь и кол. Так. Вот так вот. Средняя 108. Ладно. Оружие, что-то новенькое для него появилось? Нет, не появилось. Ну ладно, вот таким вот отрядом пойдем. Но пойдем уже в следующей серии. Да, так. Укола. Хорошо. Вен. Вот так вот. Так, зелье всем поднял. Что у нас здесь? Так, хорошо. Ну что ж. Да, надо еще и Блэку посмотреть. Оружие, может быть, какое получше. Вот, допустим, вот это вот. Нет. Но все равно вот это лучше будет. Того, что у него сейчас. Да и щит можно получше ему. Так, 16. Вот этот будет неплохой ему щит. Так, что с доспехами? Будет ли что-то для него такое хорошее? К примеру, вот это. Так. А что с аксессуарами? Так. Этот амулетик ему не подходит. Ну, хотя бы такой. Ну, так как-то будет лучше.
Inquisitor.
Да.
Nothing to report, sir.
Ладненько. Ничего, тогда не приставай. Что ж, эта серия была длинной. Зато мы пообщались со всеми своими друзьями, коллегами. Они нам надавали кучу дополнительных заданий личных, которые мы обязательно с вами выполним, но начнем их выполнять после того, как зачистим эту территорию, и начнем их выполнять. А потом пошаримся еще по другим территориям или возьмем какой-нибудь сюжетный квест выполнять. Ну а пока на этом все. Спасибо, что смотрели. Если видео понравилось, ставьте лайк. Если не понравилось, ставьте дизлайк, комментируйте, подписывайтесь С вами был Световид. Всего хорошего. Пока-пока-пока.